Thank you, Gerard, for your presentation. So I will welcome the people here, the audience. If maybe there is some questions for the different sessions we had in the last hour. Maybe there is some question from the public. Okay, so I will, yeah, please. To Matteo, maybe. Okay, we have a microphone available, please. They are coming with a microphone for you. The gentleman here, please.
So what I was going to ask was, you've both got quite a lot of detail there in how you look after your information and
if you can speak in the...
I was speaking into it. Yep.
That's good.
Question for you. Do you have a defined process for when you check the information that you've got, for when you do it? I know you're both doing slightly different things, but do you have fortnightly checks, monthly checks? Do you check it at the end of stage to make sure the data is still correct and it's consistent and it's what you need? How do you manage that?
We do have a process for checking that information. On every project, at the end of stage, it's always checked, but there are intermittent checks in between that. They should follow a checklist, which has been created and is evolving as things move forward. But it is evolving. So, yeah, we follow a checklist. Not everybody does that checklist, and that's always a difficult thing to try and police. But it is there to be followed. So, yeah, we do.
Yes, Matteo, please, as well, if you can give your answer.
In our case, it's slightly different. We have two layers of control. One is what I would say the material library custodian, so the one who just guarantees that there's a source of truth. There are challenges to it because we need to extract data from other databases, so we need the competent person, just one single person, because we cannot allow multiple teams to feed, otherwise you'll get inconsistency. But then we have a second level. Hopefully in the future we will be able to implement it. So basically we branch off the library, making a sort of derivative project by project. So basically each project has its own set without bringing in all the data. And at that point in time, what we call the BIM lead of the project basically becomes the custodian. Hence, if the client wants to change a material, is responsible to liaise both with the design side, but also with the data side to keep the consistency. Hope it answered.
Yeah, I want just to add maybe an interesting point on the checking of the quality of the data. Typically, when we speak about open BIM common data environments, we use a standard that is the IDS, the Information Delivery Specification, which is a standard which is machine readable. So it is format agnostic compared to your authoring tool you are using, but we ask the information to be properly informed when you upload information on the common data. So in our solution, we have a specific module, which is the IDS, and you can use the Building Smart Data Dictionary for the materials. You can personalize depending on your strategy in your company, okay? And you have this automatic system checking that all the information that comes in the common data is properly, you have the proper information in the right place. So it's a quite interesting tool that we use generally in our ASBIM platform as well. There is other questions maybe in the public, in the audience. I will take maybe the opportunity. Gerard is not okay. Gerard, just one quick question. What do you think, in the perspective of the owners, will help them to understand the real value of the surveys you are providing? So, is there any kind of feedback you have of outcome they have today in the more added value they can have from the surveys you are providing? Because, you know, we provide a common data environment, but part of the work sometimes is to have as well the photogrammetry available, some kind of surveyors providing the information. So I'm interested to your feedback, please.
Thanks very much. It goes back to the asset owner, really, and you know, the way that it's moving, and what I try to describe is that, you know, this digital twin revolution is going to be happening in the next couple of years, and you know, by starting now or starting 5 years ago, the ROI will be available in 2 years, and they will eventually be they potentially will be left behind if they haven't started now, by building up the PIM into the asset information model. There's the sustainability goals, connecting to smart IoT sensors, everything like that. But it doesn't need to be a 3D model or a 3D software, but having the information there in the background and knowing what was happened, or knowing why a column is actually now, you know, 200 mil rather than 300 mil. A better reporting system throughout is probably, you know, the key, and then understanding and giving it over to the facility manager at the end is crucial. But the interoperability, knowing how that that facility manager is going to manage that facility is the key point. And like you mentioned yourself, it is an open BIM or an open schema. You know, there will be better solutions or different solutions in 4 to 5 years' time, and maybe AI is going to bring everything together to really, you know, bring it together. But what the gentleman here said is, who's going to QC the AI as well? So just like I mentioned, it is all tying together, and there's no one solution. And back to what I said, bringing or finding the solution in the different softwares is key.
Okay, thank you for your answer. And if I can ask just a last thing, maybe to Matteo, regarding the use of this kind of common data environments and more coordinated kind of approach in terms of process. Can you give us just a quick perspective of what can be improved in an architectural studio, or in an environment where we have to set up this kind of environments, and we have to set up a governance as well to manage this information? What can you, in a certain sense, suggest?
Well, potentially, this approach is unlimited. As long as we find inefficiencies, this approach can be scalable. So let's say most of the time is the inconsistency across either packages or across different disciplines that leads to extra time, reworking, and so on and so forth. Hence, anything that can be standardized is likely to support this sort of process. So at the minute we can think about specification, classification, tagging, CGI. So, but there are other scopes. It's outside our scope, but for instance, it might be costing. One of the trigger as well of this sort of approach was the new fire regulation. So we need to be aware. So it's scalable. Hence, it can be something else in the future.
So this is not a brick. This is more intelligent information used in the process through all the maybe the organization. Yeah.
Basically, everything that is boring. I keep saying in my team, if it's boring, come to me. When it's boring means, yeah, that's the way I see being, previously a BIM manager. There's no other way even to incentivize people to understand that, no, we are not here because we love playing video games. We're just here just because it's stupid, let's say. It's stupid to redo things over and over. We have technology. Let's use it. So
Thank
that's
you.
what we do.
Thank you. Thank you for your... I think we can close this first part. Okay, we will be again here with the other part like artificial intelligence in the next sessions and other interesting sessions. Thank you.